check away, and now the counter. Here come the Caps. Kuznetsov gets loose. Evgeny coming down the middle, a shot, and it comes in over. He scores! He scores! Evgeny Kuznetsov wins it for Washington! It's off to the third round! The Demons have been exercised! Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, Pittsburgh! We're going to Tampa Bay! The Capitals have done it! They slayed the Penguins.
Welcome back to another special edition, weekend of the Hockey Nation Live Show. This is your co-host, Coach Frenchy, back in the booth. Today we're going to have Michael Devellano in the next couple of minutes to join us, talking about, of course, the draft of an NHL 2021. The round number one is over with a lot of roller coaster. It was crazy after the pick of Montreal, to be honest with you. And still this morning, it's crazy. Then you have a couple of news happening the last couple of minutes about the Colorado Avalanche. We heard a trade happening with the Panthers last night at midnight, and then nobody knows it's confirmed yet. So we have a trade, but not confirmed by the manager, and also by the people around the NHL officially are confirmed. So it'll be really interesting about that. So a lot of subjects to talk about this morning. We're going to go through every picks, and also we're going to talk about the surprise, how the disappointment, of course, and also see what round number two. We're going to be here until we believe it's going to be good, and then we'll be back a little bit later tonight to come to just resume the day of Saturday. Round number two today until round number 7. Honestly, over 200 picks going to be happening today. It's going to be quick for sure. But you talk about 5 hours minimum to 6 hours to complete the day in NHL. So, of course, we're not going to be all day long here, but we're going to bring you the best news or update around the league for sure this morning. So, like we said, before we welcome everybody, we're going to bring Michael aboard, and we're going to talk about hockey. But thanks to be a part of the show this morning. Welcome everybody, Michael, Steven, Adam, and I can't wait to see the rest of the people here. A lot of news, of course, a lot of Sweden, by the way, in the first round pick. So we'll see happening there. But let's move on with Michael. Should be back here in a few seconds. Got to find him. Oh, he's not there yet. He was not assigned to be there. Here we go. I'm sure he's around now.
I'm here.
Good morning.
Been around the whole time.
I know you was there, but
morning,
he was
Pierre.
not assigned to be guest number 1 in the chat, so that's happening. You're stuck in the back.
Oh.
So we have Michael. Michael Rosenblatt aboard, 7-member aboard. We have also Joseph Ferreira. Hey. Welcome directly from Elizabeth, New Jersey. And, of course, Mr. Eagle is around, number 1 from the Tampa Bay Lightning's fans. Nicolas, directly of Sherbrooke. Salut mon homme. Bienvenue au repêchage, certainement. So we'll be seeing. I know we have a lot of discussion to go. Go, Bulls, go. Of course, you are the Lightnings and everything like that. So hopefully, Michael, have a great day in New York so far.
Good morning. It's pretty nice in New York, that's for sure.
Of course, Ryan Stewart, welcome aboard also. Just show up, everything. So what happened is about, like I said, Michael, before we jump on the draft NHL this morning, and I know round 2 is going to start in the next couple of minutes. I don't know if you heard the news, but right there, it was the big news. Kel McCarr signed a contract of $9 million per season, 6 years. So what do you think about that signature?
I mean, I'd rather pay him now than when he's like 30. So I think it's good. The reality is Miro Heiskanen got maybe $500,000 less. So he got 8.5, I think, or 8.25. So this was kind of what we guessed that he would land at. 6 years, $9 million. He'll be, 28 at the end of this, or 29?
At this area, he's 22 right now, I believe.
Yeah, so he's in the peak. He's already shown he's a point-a-game defenseman. He controls the game. Super top-end guy. Should have won the Norris Trophy this year. He's way better than Adam Fox. I think good signing for Colorado. And then that'll give them clarity, and they can go into the season knowing they have their top defenseman. And then next year they'll have to probably figure out how they're going to sign Nathan McKinnon.
Yeah, he's the best defenseman in NHL right now. He's going to be the best, of course, for the next 5-6 years. By mile,
so.
he is for me is the new Lindstrom generation. Many years ago, he's a guy can win 5, maybe 8 trophy Norris at the end of his career, I believe. So I think at 9 million is not the highest defenseman pay in NHL. So I think it's great. 6 year, that's a good mix between 6 and 8. Honestly, I still at 28.
9.5 yesterday, Pierre.
Yeah, so I think he's going to be at the peak at the end of this contract. He's going to be another good 5-6 year after that, where he can increase and see what the league is going to be at that moment. So I think overall he's a good pick. He well deserved. He deserves that money, first of all. Secondly, that's not like give him 10, 11, 12 million dollars. So that's good for Colorado. Now with that part, now is the next move for them will be Gruber and also Lestagog. That will be the big step. The next two, honestly, with that part of the they still have a lot of money to spend, but at the end of the day, I think overall turn around to be a good signature for the Colorado Avalanche. For sure. So thank you so much, John Gregor, to join us this morning. Don't forget, guys, to click on the like. That'd be awesome. Leave your comments. Anything you want to talk about this morning is overall. With not one specific subject or the effect. We talk about the draft number 1. We're going to update you about during the round number 2 when we get the selection by the players when we have a chance. But otherwise, we're going to go through first that one over there. Then after that, yes, last night we went to the bed with a news from Elliot Philman, and it was never been confirmed yet. At least I don't know yet. But from what I checked, maybe 10 minutes before I come here, Sam Reinhart was not still officially a Panthers players. So they have a trade talking right now between the Buffalo Sabres and the Florida Panthers. Sam Reinhart. The only thing we know, the goaltender Devon Levy is going to be traded to Buffalo. That's the only player we have right now. I'm pretty sure he's going to be a first-round pick on that pick, or at least another prospect for sure. And maybe with Levy plus a pick, I think you get a good deal with Sam Reinhart.
I don't know if I'm not sold that Levy is an NHL goalie. The first pick, we obviously already missed this year, so I guess it would be next year. I would be surprised if there's not another player involved. Sam Reinhart showed this year, he got 25 goals in 50 some odd games. He can play center and wing. So it's kind of a curious if that's the package. I would think that there would be a younger player involved. I could even see an Owen Tippett involved. I guess it just depends. And I think that Sam Reinhart needs to get a contract, so that might be what's holding it up.
Yeah. He's an RFA, right? So I think at that point, he's going to be another bridge contract for him for sure. He showed a lot of colors this year. So if he sign him, it's another great job for Bill Zito, to be honest with you, to plug that one out. The next one's going to be Jack Eichel. It's coming for the conversation. Is a little bit, looked like the price was still high to get him, honestly. So would be really interesting about that one there. But I'm sure you have a prospect would come with Levi and also with the first round pick. I believe that will be the trade. I could be wrong, honestly. Or it could be a Venetro could be involved with that part also. It could be Levi, Venetro, with another bottom 6, something like that.
Yep.
So I think that would be the one, honestly, on that one over there. Finally, we have the trade happening, not a trade, but a draft happening. Round number 1, you have the board all the way here from 1 to 32. It was really excited after 25, to be honest with you, from Lambos to Leroux, Olesen, Stillman, Dean, Mayo, Allen. Some scout, Michael, they have no Nolan Allen and the top 150. So it'll be really interesting about that one.
I didn't have him on my radar at all, Pierre, so I don't know. But the scouts had a tough job this year, and I think some of them feel they have inside information that others don't. So we'll find out in time if that's true.
Yeah,
it's a 32nd pick. So in other years, that would have been a second-round pick. So there's less pressure on him, but, kind of important.
Yeah, definitely about that one over there. So you have the board over there. We know already, I checked my board last night, my mock draft, and I checked everything. And I'm 25 on 32, so it's not too bad overall. Honestly, I do not have Allen, Mayo, Stillman, and I think Zamoskevich. I think he was not there. Yeah, 1, 2,
Let's look
3.
here. That's the expansion.
So that's what happening on that one over there. So
Yeah, I'm
he's
trying
still
to.
not up
So
yet,
I had,
Blake.
I had, I had the. I'll show you mine. I had Power, Benners, and McTavish correct, and Hughes correct. For Columbus, I thought they would go Gunther, and I thought Detroit. You had picked Edmondson, so you picked that correctly. I picked Wallstead, but they ended up getting Casa later on, so that worked out. San Jose, I had Clark, but I guess they grabbed Eklund because he was still available. LA, so they swapped. So I had San Jose I had Clark, and then LA Eklund, but they went the other way around. Vancouver, I had picking Edvinson, but he was obviously gone by that point. And then I had Ottawa getting Costa, so kind of curious. But I guess we had the trade right with Vancouver, so Vancouver ends up getting Gunther. So not dramatic changes in there. I think the one, Tyler Boucher, not a lot of people had him that high. They did, although I did hear people said they really liked him. Cole Sillinger went around where we thought. I'm surprised that someone would rate Matthew Coronado ahead of Chaz Lucius, but I think it's like a different type of player. Chaz to me is a pure goal scoring guy that can play center and wing. I think he'd be a really good winger too. He reminds me a little bit sometimes of Patrick Sharp here. Sometimes he reminds me of Kyle Connor, but he's in that ilk. I think Winnipeg got a steal where they got him. I like Brennan Othman had a great U18. He was overshadowed by two younger guys like Shane Wright and Connor Bedard are 2 years and 1 year younger than him. But man, that's a pretty tough act to follow those two guys. They're going to be stars. But Othman, he's a real good pickup there. But I don't know. I'm excited about what Detroit did. I'm disappointed about a little bit of what Edmonton did. But yeah, interesting. What were your thoughts on the first 10 picks anyway? Any surprises? And Ken Johnson jumped up quite a bit.
The only thing there is Tyler Boucher. I think they make a mistake about one over there.
You think so?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Over Sillinger, and I mean, I haven't really seen the guy play, so I can't really comment too much. Like, I went back, for example, I should have done this on him. So
Just want to mention to you, round number 2 start, and it's live, so it's good to see that it's going to be live. It's on the internet,
So Tyler Boucher's dad is Brian Boucher. Brian was a goaltender, kind of journeyman goaltender for Philadelphia and some other teams. He's an announcer now.
Well, the key behind Tyler Boucher, Michael, is this part over there. He's a typical like Tom Wilson. That's how he is. That's what we recognize about that one there. But the problem is not talented like he is, like skill-wise, talent-wise, everything like that. So he's really forechecker, hard, everything like that, right? He's not afraid about everything. Hit hard, forecheck hard. But to get 10, where the Ottawa should get a little bit better skill-wise when you let go Sillinger, Coronato, a goaltender over there. You can get Lucius earlier. I think those 5 I just mentioned to you should be in front of what Tyler Boucher is for the necessity of Ottawa Senator need.
So he's going to Boston University. So they're obviously going to give him some time. They know Boston because that's where Tkachuk went. And he's got characteristics, like you said, similar to Tom Wilson. Kind of like Tkachuk without the skill. He hasn't really played very much hockey, Pierre. I mean, if you look at the number of games he's played, even in the last 5 years, has he even played 90 games? He played 12 games, 13, 14, played 19 games last year. So the year before he played 67, 73. So I'm wrong. He played a lot that year on 2 different teams. But he wasn't if you look at even the U.S. under 17 team, he only had 26 points in 43 games. But he had 98 penalty minutes. So, and if you compare that to Chaz Lucius on that same team had 50 points in 46 games.
Yeah.
So he was definitely there was a bunch of guys that Sean Barron scored more than him. Pasterlik scored more than him. So there's some it's definitely different. I mean, Luke Hughes had more points than him.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting move. We're gonna find out. So if we look, what did you think of the Isaac Rosen move? I was a little bit surprised at how high he went.
Buffalo just picked Paltanov, so I'm going to put the always the name at the bottom.
Like I've seen comparisons of Isaac Rosen's skill set to like Mitch Marner, but I don't think he's Mitch Marner. But he's got that frame.
I'm sorry.
Isaac Rosen, the Swedish kid.
Yeah, I think it was a little bit earlier at 14. I think Buffalo make a mistake over there, to be honest with you. I think he should wait a little bit longer. I think Rosen and Altman should be a little bit later. Stemkov is really too early at 19.
Yeah.
I think they could get Buffalo at that moment. They should get Matt Jasluchuk, to be honest with you.
So when I read his profile, he's described in a positive light. Like he's a highly skilled player. He is a 2003 birth year, which a lot of guys we know are not in this draft. So I think that's positive in his camp. He's 5'11", 160. Some compare his skill set to Mitch Marner. So I don't know. I don't know if he's not. I'd be very surprised if he was that level, because he played Swedish Elite League last year, and he had 1 point in 22 games. So It's going to be interesting. At his own level, he scores okay, right? Like he's kind of a point a game guy. So I'm not sure. It seems a little high, but maybe it'll turn out really well. Who knows? Let's see. What was the other one? So I've looked back at, the Edmonton situation was very frustrating to watch, because you're handed the opportunity to get an elite goaltending prospect. You trade away from it. Now, that's not to say anything bad about the player they picked, because Xavier Bourgault is very talented, actually. So when I watch his film, and I haven't seen him in person, he seems like a very heads-up, smart, high-skill player, Pierre. I don't know if you've watched much of him.
No.
So legitimately, I think they did get a very good prospect. So I think, to the credit of Tyler Wright and team, and I think a lot of times at the draft table, they allow the scouting director to make these calls. So I think that's fine. They didn't get a player that's questionable. Like, I think when you look at him, he could legitimately be a top 6 player. Like, he kind of strikes me, he could be a really high-end second line player, and it might not be that far off. When you watch what he does on the ice, it's actually pretty interesting. He controls the play. A lot of pucks go through him. He can shoot the puck really well. So they actually got he reads the play very well in the offensive zone. So yeah. I actually was like a little bit less annoyed. Now, that being said, you're still relying upon the fact that you got Mike Smith. One NHL executive texted me last night saying that Edmonton was going to keep Mike Smith until he's 60 years old.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it was a joke, but Wyatt Johnson, I'm curious what the upside to Wyatt is. He played on the Toronto Marlies in the GTHL, and then we know in the OHL. He played with the Windsor Spitfires. He had 30 points in 53 games in his first year as an underager, so he was 16, I guess. As a 15-year-old, he had 36 points in 33 games, 23 goals. Well, actually, he had more than that, because that's just the GTHL.
Vegas is on the clock, my friend Adam.
He had 71 goals. So, he might be an interesting pick.
Yeah.
He's definitely been in the mix with a lot of top players from Ontario for his age group. So he's definitely one of the top 2003s. So that'll be interesting for Dallas. They traded away to get him, which gave Stevie Yzerman the pick to get Kosa. Once again, also, you got to give credit to Boston for getting Fabian Lysell. I don't think he's who we would typically associate with a Boston type of pick, but he's a pretty skilled player, and I think he might actually work out really well for them. He could be kind of a surprise steal of this draft.
His stock dropped a lot. He was at the top 12 at some point, right? I think he could be a little bit higher level. I think the pick of Rosen, Hartman changed a little bit, and Boucher, that's 3 over there, pushed Dak over there. But, it was very more interesting from, I'll be honest with you, from 18 to 32, where you have more surprise compared to 1 to 16 example. Where 16 you have more like Boucher, Rosen for me, and Altman. The rest was all there at some point. But 17 to 32, wow, this was like, a rock and roll, very interesting part over there. Like what Yacht Johnson, some they never put them until 45 on the chat. He's still now 23 by dollars. Bulgo was around. Esnekov was a little bit lower. Baltic was around. Leroux, the problem to Leroux is because his temper. That's the problem.
Yeah,
so we have a couple of temper where he need to get, to fix it. Chase Tillman, guys, he was not on the top 50 at any prospect list. So,
his dad's Corey. His brother's been signed in Chicago. Just the last note on Fabian Lysell, Pierre, the issue with him is not skill and on the ice. There was talk of him having character issues off the ice. And I think Boston felt comfortable with him because they have a former player, PJ Axel, that he's played with. And I think that they acknowledged that there was some growing up to do, is kind of what they said. But skill-wise, they got a very high-end talented player. He's like 5'10", and he can really play. He's got very similar skill set to William Eklund, maybe even. And then as far as Zachary Leroux, I mean, he can take that that temper. He's not that big. He's like 5'11", maybe. Yep. He's going to take that temper to the NHL, and he's going to be in for a rude awakening. So I think it'll even out. I don't see him bullying anybody in the NHL, or though he could be like a rat type player. You never know. Like he could be a guy that annoys people and scores goals. So I guess we'll find out. I like the Oscar Olesen pick. I think that he probably went right around where I thought he might go. Chase Stillman, to your point, was not rated highly, but I think this is a good prospect. He's got NHL bloodlines. His dad coached him in Sudbury, and he's got like dual citizenship. So he's from St. Louis originally, right? Because his dad, I think, played in St. Louis when he was born. So he's slated to play again for the Sudbury Wolves. Obviously, last year wasn't able to do that. Played in Denmark. He had 16 points in 88 games. I don't know. I think he's a pretty good player. I think he'll play.
I just want to insert to Vegas to Adam. Adam, they are still on the block, so I don't know if they have a trade is coming, but he's still waiting for them. So it's a little bit past that time, so maybe a trade's coming or whatever it is.
So, I mean, the big shock for me still is the Montreal pick. Not to damn the kid, but, he made a point of coming out, obviously did a really, 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 really terrible, questionable thing. And I think I think it was opportunism by Montreal. And I think they were prepared for the backlash. And I don't think they're condoning anything he did. And they're saying that they're going to support him through it. Everyone could have sat back and waited a year. Someone might have grabbed him in later rounds, and maybe that would have been fine. It's just a strange PR move for a team that's coming off a really positive season. And then, there was even just the questionable stuff that happened in Chicago while Bergevin was there, and not that he was involved in it, allegedly wasn't. But that's just going to be raised constantly. I think it's just going to be a big distraction. And I think there's going to be a lot of extra pressure on Logan. It would have been better just that if everyone sat back, let him ride and come back the next year.
Yeah, I just did a video earlier before we jump here about a controversial pick by Montreal Canadiens. I make my comments there, but I've been on the social media about like 2 o'clock this morning. Then I come back 5:30 this morning, and I try to understand everybody, and do not make judgment, but wait on the people, and it's really. It's not 50-50. Yeah, like people are going to jump on the victim where they should think about the victims every time that, right?
Yep.
And then you have
Yep. It's a
people who
weird
want to give a second chance to the players to come back and become a better human being every time that. Now, this is a point of the two. Now, the third part of this situation is the Mike Bergevin for represent the Montreal Canadiens, because they are jumping on him because why he picked him, right? So why the reason to pick him when he removed himself? Now they have a lot of conversation left and right now talking about the fact like other teams going to get him on the second round, everything like that. So
Pierre, Olin Zellweger from the Everett Silvertips just got drafted by the Anaheim.
Yeah, he's on the board. Right there, I put all the stuff over there. Yeah, he's 34, I believe.
Yeah, that's great news for Olin. So congratulations. I thought Olin had an absolutely phenomenal under 18 where he played alongside Brandt Clark, and he was kind of to me, I thought if you look at him, the difference between him and Brandt Clark, he's a way better skater than Brandt. He's got the same hockey IQ. He's just like, he's 5'9", 5'10", and Brandt is 6'1". So I think that's, if you care about height, then you go Brandt. But Anaheim's getting an awesome pick. So to combine him with Mason McTavish, who both were at that tournament, Pierre, that was the first chance we got to see all those guys in a while, especially together. Mason McTavish was great in that tournament, and so
I heard during social media, a lot of people questioned that pick.
Olin Zellweger?
No, Mason McDavid.
I would not question that, Pierre. I had him.
Said he was too early about to pick number 3.
I'm telling you.
They said what they think is like they would be better to get a better like Brandt Clark.
No.
He was maybe the best defenseman to get, and he should be number 3. And they said like Medvedev, he cannot score. He's not product finish yet, and he would bring he's a good forechecker every time that, but he have difficult time as his zone coverage, and that's what he said yesterday on the NHL people.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. If you watch him at the U18s, he showed he's a very high-end, prolific playmaker. He can shoot the puck, but he seems to be pass first. He's mean. Like, he plays a big role.
You have a trade between Vegas and Detroit. Detroit pick a trade again.
Oh, wow. I think I had Mason. If you look at my last draft that we did together, and I have it in front of me, I picked Mason for Anaheim, and I thought they might pick him. And I'm very happy with that pick. I mean, we've seen guys like Ken Johnson up close, Luke Hughes up close. I haven't seen William Eklund up close. Dylan Guenther, we've seen. Dylan Guenther can really shoot the puck, but I think Mason's a better overall player. So I think they got a really good pick. I think that he's going to be – a lot of people would have passed on him and then regretted it later. I think he's got the ability to play top-line minutes. Like, he might – but they don't need a first-line center either. Like, he would be a great number 2 in the NHL. Like, you have Trevor Zegras as number 1.
That's what he said. They said they will prefer to get a winger to go with Zegras get another center behind him. Now they get McDavid.
I don't disagree with that logic, which, that's why a lot of people had Dylan Guenther there, because Dylan can really shoot the puck. So I do understand that. But they're losing Ryan Getzlaf. They're used to having that big body presence down the middle, and I think this, for the future, is a very similar player. I don't know if he's as high-end at Getzlaf's top end, but he's got a lot of similar characteristics. I think the one thing about Mason he's got to do is he's got to watch the bad penalties. If you watch him in that U18, he was kind of a bully, Pierre. Like, he scared a lot of people.
Detroit just picked Shea Buium or Boyum.
Huh. I don't know who that is. Hold on. Let's take a look.
Buium.
No way. Shai Boyum.
Yep.
So Shai Pierre is a 6'4" defenseman. He plays at Shattuck St. Mary's. I think he's going. That's a good pick, Pierre. He's got a younger brother that both came from the LA Junior King system and went to Shattuck St. Mary's in Minnesota.
Yep.
I've watched both players. He's like 6'4". He can skate really well. I think that he's an excellent, excellent prospect. His younger brother's a little bit smaller, Zeev. And I really like Zeev too, but Shai is like from San Diego originally. He's a real good player, man. He's got real good hands and feet. He played with, let's think about this.
City.
So he's going to University. Sorry?
He played at Sioux City.
Yeah, but he's a Shattuck St. Mary's player. So he came from the LA Junior Kings. You're right. He's going to go to Sioux City, but that's just to kill time because he's going to University of Denver.
So I just mentioned the trade, Michael. They trade the 36 for the 38, and then they gave the 128 to Vegas.
Wow. I'll have to text my buddy who used to be his agent, is now in Arizona, because David Ludwig represented both the Williams. He's a KO Sports guy. So the players that are, it's interesting because of that 2003 group on the LA Junior Kings, Andre Gasso is another real high-end player. And is Andre up for being drafted? Jordan Brisson, which is Pat Brisson's younger son, is also at this age group, and he played on the same team.
Wow. Sorry to cut you all the time because it's something. Arizona picked the son of Sean Down.
Of who?
Shane
Doan. Yeah, Josh Doan.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was going to say, like, I've watched this 2003 group in the U.S. quite a bit. So I would think, what I would think if you're going to pick Josh Doan, Andre Gasso is a much better prospect than him, in my opinion. So I would not be surprised to see Andre Gasso go soon. And I think also in that 2003 group, let me think about who else is in that group, but interesting. So Josh Doan goes in the second round, really. I've never really, and he's at 2002.
So Eagle, Michael Rosenblatt, and so to you, go on ESPN2.
Yeah.
And also is on NHL Draft, NHL.com. You can check on this if you're on the online. Never mind, I found it. He said Eagle, so it's good.
ESPN is not a great experience so far, Pierre. I'm not enjoying it.
I'm sorry again?
They got him. I was hoping that ESPN would be a big step up over NBC, just in the terms of how the app performs and the quality of the coverage. But so far, I think they got some work to do. Had a lot of problems with their streaming app. It's kind of crazy. I thought we would escape that by getting away from NBC Sports. So this is interesting. So there's great.
Good morning, Dan Asham. Welcome aboard, Dan. Thanks to join us this morning. So like we do, guys, we Michael talk about the draft, talk about fun players. They get it day by round by round. I mentioned at the bottom of the screen you can get the update around round number 2, and then we'll go through that. And every time we get a new player, something like that, Michael is going to join, talking about this, talk also about round 1. We invite you guys to join the conversation and talking about this. Don't forget to click on the likes and subscribe, and then I'll be here for whatever we want to be here. Nothing to have no setup in hand here. But at the end of the day, we're going to go through this. That's what's happening for the show this morning. I'm going to do another resume of the day at the end of the night. But otherwise, that's what the purpose of the live stream this morning. So thanks for joining us. TV time out anyway. But that's what's happening.
So just on Josh Doan, Pierre, he is an early 2002 birth year. And he should have been drafted last year. He was eligible to be drafted last year. He's another Chicago Steel player, so he's an older player. I've watched him quite a bit, and I don't know. I'm kind of surprised that you would spend a second-round pick on him. He's going to go to the University of Arizona. I didn't mind him at that age group, but there's a lot of better 2002 and 2003 players that I would have picked ahead of him.
Yeah, I just want to mention everybody, guys. Michael, it's not ESPN2, the round number 27. It's only on website on NHL. So I just want to be
Oh,
sure. If you have a NHL network, Michael, you
it's on
can watch
YouTube.
it, but they are not live in USA. But in Canada, is on Sportnet and TSN for sure.
Oh,
Sorry
interesting.
about that.
Wow, so it's not live? Like, why? So you're saying ESPN2 is not even showing it?
No. Why that it's happened also with NBC. It's a little bit like not like NFL, but they don't do like like the second day they show more like their own on TV like NHL network.
Yeah,
So
interesting.
nothing like
So
I
is
don't
it
want, but that's what usually the happening like this.
is it on the NHL network?
Yeah, yeah.
Let's see
And
if
I'm
I
still
can get
live
the.
in the on the internet too. So you can go NHL.com, click on the live update, and you're going to get this live. It's DJs there. It's John right now daily talking. So I'm not on the TV right now. I'm on the website. That's how I give you all the update. Vegas got the Russian guy, kid guy, Chika, by the way. Good pick right there. Chika he was on my top 31, 32.
Interesting. And oh, Chaika, yeah. I haven't really seen him very much. How do I see this whole thing?
And at
There we go.
39,
All right.
Ottawa just took up Stepchuk. No clue. If someone know him, let me
He's
know
from
because I don't
Vancouver
know
from
this
the
him.
Yeah, he's a big defense or a big centerman, sorry, from the Vancouver Giants in the WHL.
Yeah.
He's like 6'3", 6'4". He's from I think he's from St. Albert. He's got good hands. I'm not sure if yeah, he could probably improve his skating and his leg strength a little bit, but he's not bad. I mean, he had like 16 points in 22 games this year. I'm not sure. Like,
Excuse me.
I guess as a second round pick, it's okay. Like, you need to give this guy time.
Yeah.
He needs time for sure if he's going to pan out to anything. It's kind of a weird choice, but
Yeah, you still have a lot
I
of
think
good players on the board. I'm still not sure why Ratu is not there, right?
Adurati. I mean, you've got Logan Stankoven, who would be better than this guy. You've got Simon Robertson is still not taken. I don't think.
Yeah.
Where did Pinelli go?
Who? He's still
Where did
up.
Pinelli?
He's still on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, so I'm like, Pinelli's still available.
Yep.
Who picks Svechkov?
Who?
Who picks Svechkov?
Zefkavi was 19th by Nashville.
Nashville. Okay. I thought I heard his name.
For me, it's too early.
Shibrakov is not. Is Shibrakov gone? I don't see him on the board. So there's no Shibrakov gone. So he's a
Scott
good player that's
Morrow
available.
just got drafted.
Scott Morrow. I was gonna say Scott Morrow's not drafted, but I guess he is now.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited for Olin. That'll be good. Olin, you can come over and swim if you need a place to stay.
He came from another one for took from Shadak Salt Mary.
Which player? Scott Morrow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it Brendan?
Oh, I don't know. That's a good question. Is he related to Brendan Morrow? Oh,
I
no,
think
because
so.
his son is. No, Scott.
No?
Wait, is that his name, Zach? We drafted Brendan Morrison's son. Is that the same player?
Vancouver on the clock.
No, Braden is his son. It's not Scott. I'm like, yeah, because we drafted this guy's. Isn't Scott Morrow a defenseman? Yeah, he's a defenseman, Pierre. He's a 6'2" defenseman from Connecticut.
Yeah.
To your point, he went to Shattuck. He played with the Fargo Force. Another overage player, Pierre. He's a 2002.
Yep.
Such a weird year. It'll be interesting to see what happens with this next year. trying to look. I don't know any of the players on that.
One thing we did not mention a lot, Michael, yesterday is the trade of Carolina to for Jake Bain for Columbus. I think maybe you can look about that, but
I think it was a good trade by Columbus. I mean, Columbus yesterday took the steps they need to start rebuilding. I mean, they added.
I really expect Vancouver is going to get Stankoven, I believe.
Maybe. It's possible. He's smaller. They don't always draft smaller guys, but let's see.
I just want to mention, you guys, don't be surprised. Columbus trade Cam Atkinson to Philadelphia the next couple of minutes.
Cam Atkinson to Philadelphia.
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Be a great pickup for someone. He's a very consistent player. I don't think he had a great year last year, but he's still very dangerous.
The only thing he's still, I did not believe until he was like 31, 32 years old.
Oh, yeah, he's up there. He's 32, and he's got a big, what's his cap? Is it 5.8? Yeah, 5.8, and he's got 4 years left on it.
Yep.
He would have to waive a no movement clause, but I think at this point they're just going to clear everything out. So that leaves them still. They still have Werenski, they still have Gavrikov, they still have Kukin, and they acquired Adam Bachfist in the Seth Jones trade, which I think is really good, and then they got Jake Bean. So if you look what's on that deep here, like they're in good shape.
Klimovic.
What about him?
Just got picked.
Oh, by who?
Vancouver. Ottawa on the clock.
I'm gonna have to text Shies. Let's see.
Welcome. But the monkey in the house. How he's doing? Very well. What do you think the Panthers will trade for Renard? Yep, great pick for the Florida Panthers. But I think another great plus to pick up there for another great performance of Bill Zito. To be honest with you, I think he's going to bring. It's just to see. We wait now to what we're waiting. But is about the transaction, the complete officially transaction. Who is involved? Who's going to go to Sabres? That's what we're waiting right now.
Yeah, and I don't know what the contract will be for Reinhart. That might be an important part of this. I think Reinhart, you could see logically where if you're going to give up a Sam Reinhart that just scored 25 goals in 54 games, you're going to say, listen, give me like a prospect here. Like, give me a...
I expect that.
Give me a, I mean.
And everything happening yesterday, Michael, like those kind of players, they gave a first-round pick. Still on right now is Pastujov, Ratti, Stankoven, Pinelli, and Sean Behrens. That'll be the best one. They talk about between Jacob Voracek versus Cam Atkinson, Michael.
Voracek,
but it's not confirmed. It's just like they are talking like this.
Like what? Swapping them?
But that's right, yeah.
So Columbus originally drafted Voracek. It was many moons ago. That would seem like a weird fit to me.
Yeah.
You would think that Columbus is going like all young, but maybe Voracek's like, I don't know. Does he just want out of Philadelphia?
Klimovic is a great hockey player, by the way. He's a high hand scoring talented with a good hand skill wise. He's a great. He played in Belarus and U20.
Okay, for Belarus.
Yeah,
I have not seen him play.
You remember Atkinson, Michael? He's still carrying almost $6 million.
That's what I said. He's got 4 years at $5.8 million. But that's cheap compared to Voracek's contract, which is 8 point something.
Yep.
How many years does Voracek have?
Still 3 or 4. I don't have it in front of me.
So he's got 3 years at 8.2, and Atkinson has 4 years at 5.8. So I mean, definitely that would help Philadelphia. Voracek does not have a no movement clause.
So now it's official a contract of Mike Smith, Michael, $2.2 million.
Yeah, I mean, it's wacky. I don't know. I like Mike Smith and let him keep playing, but there's another way to address goaltending.
Well,
They need
I'll be honest with you. For me, it's this way, Michael. Great pick, great, but he cannot be number one. So if you want to get him at 2.2, I think it's a steal. If he's the backup
Right.
number two, because you get a good backup number two, a solid backup. But you cannot
Yeah, he needs a
become
number
him
one forward.
your number one with Koskinen in the back. It's impossible. You're not going to win anything.
Here. Right now, Edmonton is worse than last year. And they're going into a much tougher situation.
Somehow,
They-
Michael, I have two things I'm thinking for me. Somewhere, Holland have a contract goaltender somewhere, and also Carolina have something. From what I heard yesterday, they will maybe go with only Jonathan Bernier and Peter Emre, whatever his last name.
Mrazek.
And they're not going to looking somebody else. They will happy with both of them. Go there. I think overall it's not too bad because,
Right,
but
but
when you have a rookie like Nedeljkovic and you gave Bernier in return, you save like 7 years, and Bernier is not cost you for $500,000 less. I don't think it's a good move from Carolina for that one.
No, because Mrazek was
I thought
hurt
was
last
just
year
straight.
in a
We're going to see tell it. You know this. Go ahead.
Is there a trade?
Yeah, they have a trade right now. Second round pick, 49, fifth. So Los Angeles Kings jump from 49 to 42, Michael.
Oh, Los Angeles moved up?
Yeah, who do you think they get?
I mean, I could see them going with a Stankoven. I could see them going with, what's the guy's name?
Francisco.
Is that what they picked?
Not yet.
Wow.
So Ratu is still available. Yes, he's still yet. For what the Renault trade sound like so far, David Conchina first, what would be still for the Panthers. You have to add someone else, Bud, with Levy and a Conchina first. I think you should have like a Veterano or a prospect on that one over there. Nedeljkovic in Greece was the hardest goalie for the Panthers. Yeah, they struggle a bit against them for sure. More for the Carolina.
So I think the guys that it'll be interesting to see who they pick because I'm kind of in the dark, obviously. But if I'm LA, maybe I'm thinking I get Chibrikov or maybe I get Stankoven. They've shown that they want more skill. Guess we'll see. Is the pick in yet?
Look like it's confirmed.
So, but I think the contract for Cale Makar, we talked about this earlier, makes a lot of sense. He's in the prime of his career. To Pierre's
Oh
point,
my
he
God,
might-
Coach Frenchy got it. Francisco Pinelli. What do you think about that?
Oh, they got Pinelli. Yeah, that's a good pick. I like Pinelli.
I like that too.
Yeah, I think that's a good pick. I'm surprised they moved up to grab him, but he's a Stony Creek boy, so that's kind of like Hamilton area. He played for the Kitchener Rangers in 1920. Of course, there was no season last year, so last year he played like Switzerland or something. Was it the Swiss League? I think he played in the Swiss League, Pierre. The Alps Hockey League. Is that Swiss? It's a European non-elite hockey league. I don't know what the hell that is. Yeah, it's got like Austria, Italy, Slovenia. So I guess that's interesting.
Could you mention, repeat, or tell what you think about the for make our contract for Bottle Monkey. What do you think about that? Or any comments you
I
want to
think
add to him?
I think, Bud, that it's a good contract. I think it's where we thought it would land. To Pierre's point, if he went out to, if someone offer sheeted him, he might be the type of guy that gets 11 million, right? Like, if you look at his age and what he does, he's going to be a top 3 defenseman in the NHL, like not just on his team, but in the NHL for like the foreseeable future. So they have, I was looking at the contract of Nathan McKinnon. They still have McKinnon at 2 years, 2 more years at 6.3. So they have a lot of flexibility there. Their window for winning is definitely the next couple of years, but it doesn't stop there. I mean, McKinnon's only 25. I think Rantanen's 23 or 24. So they're in pretty good shape. I think this is a big part of it. Now they just got to figure out the goaltending.
So the contract at Cam Michael, honestly, is 4 years at almost 621.1, and the contract at Jacob is at 8.25 for 22.25. It's confirmed. It's just waiting for the players to get there. The Arizona Michael pick Ilya Fedotov.
Interesting.
He was at the bottom of my 40s, so it's not too bad.
I don't know. I'm kind of curious about these picks. Like we know Shane Doan is involved with Arizona, so I get why they would pick Josh, but I don't think he was in high demand. I don't know why you would put a second round pick on that. They made all these trades to get second round picks and picked up salary, and then that's who they go for. So
but let me ask you a question. Do you think they would do extend Lestagag or Grubber?
Both. I mean, I think Grubauer is the priority. But, that's not to say that they don't want Landeskog.
I agree with you about that one over there. I think they will go with him for sure, right? First, and then see after that what happened with Lestagag.
So Fedotov, Ilya Fedotov. Interesting. I mean, after making all those, I guess there's not like a ton of players at this point in the second round that are available. So let's take a look. He's actually a 2003 in the 2003 draft year. Shocking, unlike all the O2s. So this is an offensive player. He's 6'1", 176. He pursues loose pucks. He's a physical player. Just reading the scouting report. He's not content just going shoulder to shoulder to shove opponents away from the puck. He outright rams them, leaving them flat on the ice wondering what kind of train just hit them. He had 38 points in 54 games in the Russian Junior League, and he played 2 games with Torpedo in the KHL. Right now, did he get drafted anywhere? Man, we would have picked this guy if we knew he would come.
Will they extend Saad?
Brandon Saad, I think, is really an afterthought at this point. If Saad comes back, I would not be surprised to see him at like 2.8 or something.
I don't think his Michael is going to get more if he's coming back. Only if Lestagag is not back.
Right, I'm saying, like, if he's going to stay and you have Landeskog and Grubauer, he's going to have to take less. But if you don't have Landeskog, then they definitely retain him for like the $4 million that he got paid.
I would say more about 3.5 to 4.
That's what I just said. 3. If
I said 2.8. No, did you say 2.8?
Yeah, I'm saying if Landeskog stays, he's gonna have to take a haircut.
He cannot get 3. He cannot make, like you said, he cannot get more at $3 million. And the probably go to get Michael. You cannot sign him for many years because now you have to miss McKinnon's coming soon after that. And you have another the defenseman after that. So I think they will be better to not. They probably got Michael in the last, but but it's good news because they last Duskweek leave. You have a big contract was 3.8.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of money, right? for 17 goals.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised to see them trade Kadri, although they protected him.
Yeah, they protect Calgary.
But, maybe that's to get an asset out of it rather than just dump the salary. So right now, even with the Cal McCarr contract, they still have they have $20 million in cap space. They need to sign Landeskog. Question about Saad, whether he signs or not. They haven't signed Tyson Jost. I don't think he'll get very much. And then Grubauer. So they're in pretty good shape, Pierre.
Question for you, Michael. Can you see it when I put this there?
Looking at the Panthers' first-round pick, it reminds me somewhat of Verhaeghe. Who would you compare Samoskevich to? I don't know. I know that he was a pick for them, but for me he's an overage player. He's 5'11". I don't know. He reminds me more of a playmaker, but like a low end playmaker.
What do you think about if I said to you Blake Como?
Maybe.
A guy like him, he's never going to make the top 6.
Yeah, I don't
but
feel
enough potentially to maybe stay on the third line because he's skilled, but still missing piece like skating and then finishing in between that. I try to compare someone like you have to look, Michael, as someone like at the bottom 6, third line low, and not high, and then almost 4 line, right? So that's a mix of what I'm trying to figure out.
He reminds the name that kept coming to mind for me, Pierre. I have to jump on a call for a little bit, actually. The name that kept coming to mind for me, Pierre, was Blake Coleman. He feels like a third line guy that can get a lot of points on the third line. He's not.
You think he can get that kind of the skill, like because Blake Coleman, Michael, is the top 6 and 90% of the team.
You think so?
Blake Coleman?
He's kind of second, third, right? Like he kind of bubbles. On a good team, he's going to be third. On a lower team, he's going to be second.
But when he played for New Jersey, he was second line.
That's what I'm saying. They're a
terrible team. And he got traded again a first-round pick.
That's what I'm saying. They're a terrible team. Like they haven't made the playoffs.
As the guy scored like 22, 21, 22 goals per season.
That's why, like, it's I think on a good team he's less, but maybe not because this guy feels like a little bit more pass first. He's got that frame, He's very similar physically.
Yeah, I don't say the comparison is not bad. Is bad. I just feel like I think Coleman is a high top third line.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I think that's the cap for this guy is like he's going to be a high-end third, low-end second.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pierre, I got to jump on a call for a little bit. I'll come back in a little while.
About what time?
Are you staying on for a bit?
I still around like whatever it is, the time to come talking with people, everything like that. But yeah.
Okay, I'll message you on Messenger when I'm done this call.
I think you can get the same link.
Okay, thanks.
Does it make sense?
I'll be back. Yep.
Okay. So Michael is back. He's leaving now. We're going to put Carey Price, my new guest today. But Carey does not talk. I don't know why. He does not talk. So it's sad to say that. We have a TV timeout, guys. It's Carolina is on the block. So look, it's going to be a great day. It's going to be awesome. Listen, next year, the draft is going to be somewhere. And I would love you guys to join me, to come with me, and to participate to the draft, NHL draft. That's the best experience you cannot have in hockey. And I will tell you why. I will tell you why over there about that. And let me check something here to be sure I'm fine. All right. And the reason I said that to you guys is because the only time, guys, I tried to get a chat. Let me put the chat room right there. Here we go. The only time in the hockey, at any moment, this is a big one. at any moment, guys, during the year. All right? That's the only time the players, the coaches, the manager, the staff, the people, the parents, the new players, they are all there in the same building. You can walk, guys. Like I went to Vancouver 2 years ago. Michael Devellano was there, and we crossed each other. We met everything like that. And he was represent a player from Everett, so I was not with him, but I was on my side. But again, I walked with Brendan Gallagher. I met Shea Weber. They have a place you can meet all those players because they have to go through a door. And anyway, short story, you walk and they are all there. So it's pretty unique experience to go there. The day number one, the night like last night, it's fun. But the best day right now is today at the NHL draft. Why, coach? It's boring. He's only 7th draft pick, everything like that. But my point to you guys is this: is you have a chance. You have not many people day number two, and now you have a chance to meet all the people. And that's what I've said to you. It's pretty amazing when you have a chance to do that. About that, let me get all the picks so I can back to you. Like Vanetro, yeah, exactly about that one over there by the bunkie. Like Vanetro and that Sherry. Hey, Carrie, how he's doing? He's doing. Yeah, he's going to be out for 8 to 10 weeks. Ça fait-tu un live de ce soir? Oui, je devrais être de retour ce soir pour 1 heure pour parler de la journée puis les meilleurs, puis ceux qui ont eu moins de succès. On the clock is Calgary. Let me pick up some. Let me get all the. If I can copy this, I'll have to go this. I don't know if I can do that. We'll see. I think I can. That'd be awesome. If I can do that, that'd be great. Let me fix this. 2 seconds. And now we have pick number 44, guys. We have Strom Green. Big guy, 6'3" guy from Sweden. Great hockey players. Good pick from Carolina. Calgary pick up Strom Graham. And Carolina get Emo Selmy. Here we go. I'll give you all the name right there. Give me about 30 seconds. Philadelphia on the board. Here we go. It's going to be at the bottom here. To me, some like an ad are going to be buyer on the market with Weber or beside of men we like to ads to get. Here's they are talking right now. They're talking about Dougie Hamilton. They are talking with David Savard as a defenseman. They're still talking with Tyson Barrie, Jake McCabe for the defenseman. That's what they are right now. On the forward, of course, Hoffman will be there, but the guy could be a long shot. Hyman's going to be Edmonton. You know what I mean? So it'll be really interesting. The next thing for them, honestly, they have money to spend. They will have to spend money if they want to be part of of this. So it'll be interesting about that. But that's what I believe is happening for sure. So really, really interesting about that one. The Philadelphia select Tuomala, Finland. Tuomala is the next pick from Philadelphia, right here. The next pick is going to be Dallas. Tuomala, like I said, great hockey player from Finland. 30 games last season, 15 goals, 16 assists. He played in a Carpat Junior, Finland Junior. Good right wings and left wing. I'm sorry again. Good shot. One timer is great. And so the trade and details guy. Flyers get Cam Atkinson for the Columbus Blue Jacket, and the Blue Jacket back Voracek. Remember, Voracek, it was a guy who was drafted by the Columbus Blue Jacket a couple of years ago. So the trade is confirmed. The Cam Atkinson, number 13, Columbus, was a little bit the heart of the team. Trade. Columbus are active this week, guys. They create so many trades. It's going to be almost like a new team over there. And I will be interesting to see Patrick Laney with Jacob Voracek. So it'll be really interesting to see that for sure. So I think it'll be like we have to figure out let me trade this one over there. Stankoven, finally, Logan Stankoven take his direction of Dallas. Great hockey player, guys. He was at the bottom. He was supposed to be the first round pick. Stankoven, you have to wait until 47 to get picked by Dallas. Dallas have a double pick, double like back to back. So Dallas pick up that one over there. I think the Panthers draft a goalie on go should announce it. Yeah, it would be interesting to see that. It's going to be very quick, guys. I will not be able to follow up with everybody because the pick now are announced by the commissioner Daly. Kroshnikov is the next one from the Dallas, and Ottawa is on the pick. So Artem Kroshnikov, he just got picked by the Dallas Star. Like I said, I will not be possible to follow everyone. I will be like past my day to typing all the name, but I will give you all information about what's going on around for sure. So it will be interesting about the Philadelphia AKF CANVA for Jacob. The Flyers trade, and that's it. It's the 1-to-1. The Flyers saved $2.3 million guy on the salary cap. So I just want to mention that part over there. And it's confirmed, the trade between Philadelphia and Columbus confirmed and done deal. So congratulations for the both team, to be honest with you. So it's a lot of actions going on this weekend, to be honest with you. It's crazy to see that. Any question you want to mention, please don't hesitate to do this. We're going to be live. We're going to be live for a couple of more minutes and see what's happening. And again, this is only a way where we can sharing everything like that. And right now, the Ottawa Senator draft the defenseman Ben Roger. a 6'4" guys, really big, 200 right shot. Good hockey player. The Panthers are back to drafting for yeah, yeah. I agree with you. Winnipeg is on the clock right now. Winnipeg Jet is on the clock. Coach, do you expect Bergeron to make a trade today? The only trade he can make, Montreal Canadiens have 10 picks still. They are like 67, 68. And then after that, they go to 3 and round number 3, and then 3 and round number 4. That's 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, maybe only 2 at some point, but they're at 10 pick in front of them. Can they trade 2 and go? Possible. But the way, like, we are 50, Johnny, right now, and I feel like Montreal waiting at 67, 68. So I don't think so. They will move 2 picks to go closer at that moment. At least they see something happening, but I don't think so. Now, I don't see like make a trade with players. Honestly, I think they are waiting for the UFA. That would be the best way for them. It will be interesting what kind of player they're going to get at their pick. Of course, we're going to be live tonight at 8 o'clock. I'm going to make a video tonight afternoon to follow up with Montreal Canadiens. A lot of work to do tonight and tomorrow. And like I said, we'll be back tomorrow morning, 11 o'clock. And we are not back tomorrow night. I'll be back after that during the weeks. But I try to get the best we can get. But honestly, Johnny, I don't see a lot of movement for Bergeron. At least a specific player nobody think he would get. Everybody's still talking about that, what he did yesterday. And it is what it is, right? What do you believe Eichel with Lindlot? A lot said the Wild Rangers. I still believe it's going to be the Rangers. I think the fact like the Rangers move Buchnevich, they move D'Angelo, they will maybe trade Georgiev. I think they have something they're looking to get Eichel. Now the Wild can do that also, but the Wild, I'm not sure. It is signed Kaprizov. I don't think so. He can have a chance to sign Eichel. Now, think about this, guys. Do you trade Kaprizov to Buffalo for Jake Eichel? But at the end of the day, if you pay Jack Eichel at $10 million, why not to give the money to Kaprizov? What is almost the same age, a little bit younger, I believe. Maybe not. And it's 2 different players. You have a center, a winger. The people in Minnesota love Kaprizov. I think Bill Guerin have to open up the burst, open up the money for the bank for them, for Kaprizov. One I was Kaprizov asking. Kaprizov is like, he's asking $10 million. Some said $11 million. It's a both ways, right? Atkinson for Voracek, yeah, confirm about that one over there. Obviously, it is. Winnipeg is still on the clock, guys. Maybe possible a trade over there. But back to your Montreal Canadiens, Johnny, I'll be honest with you. And understand completely, and it's sad for the woman. Because she become all around the world, knows this and what she did, everything like that. And this is sad. He did that mistake over there. It's sad. But at the end of the day, right, he deserved to have a second chance like anybody else. Roger, yeah, they bought him yesterday, bought the monkey. So I believe they have a second chance. What's the problem, honestly? It's not the girls. It's not the kids. The problem is the Montreal Canadiens pick him when he said, I don't want anybody pick me up. I want nobody pick me and let me wait until this next season, 2022. So for me, he requests this. Can we let him alone and accept what he requests and wait next season? Or Marc Bergevin said, no, we're going to get him anyway because he's really a great hockey player, everything like that. And we're going to helping him to become a better human being, a better person, everything like that. So some people hate that for what Bergevin did. But the rumor is 2 teams going to get him at the second round. So that's what Bergevin did. And I understand what happened to the woman, right? And I don't want to put her on the wrong way here. And I don't want nobody to think what I said is completely wrong. But for what happened and what Patrick Roy did and what Verdanen did and what Patrick Kane did, it's worse at some point. Their behavior and the gesture they did to someone, it's worse. Now, the fact he put the picture of the woman around the wall, it's not great also. But for what those players did to someone, not to tell everybody else and put the picture, but what they did to another person is worse. For what Patrick Roy did to his wife or ex-wife is worse at some level. And that's what I said. If you do and capitalize on the young kids and not forgive him, for why we let Patrick Roy play? Why right now the Canucks did not wave and let it go Vertanen? Why the Chicago Blackhawks, what happened to Patrick Kane, did not said it's done, play hockey? That's what I have difficult time about, what the people said something against that case. On the flip side, I'm not agree with Mike Bergevin. He draft him because he asked to not draft me this year. And I think it should be a consentment or an agreement between all the teams. Say, you know what, guys? Let him alone. We don't draft him. But the NHL is going to support him and give him the resources to become a better human being. That's what he need. He need professional people around him to put him back on the track. To become a better human being, become a better father, become a better husband, become a better person, become someone in life. You become a better hockey player with the right tools and the right things to do and helping. And he can be that source of motivation one day to become a speaker, to take that bad experience he got, turn around to show to the rest of the world he thinks he cannot do that. I make a big mistake. So we have behind that, you have some positivity. But when I go on the social media and I see women or men try to destroy the kids at 17 years old, still have to learn what life is all about. I think we are really hard, too much hard. You can sacrifice Mike Bergevin, but you cannot take care or not give a second chance for the kids. And that's what I have a difficult time to accept everything. And again, you can be disagree, and I will accept your point. I have no problem. But that's how I see that over there. And I think that's what the only missing there is the part. All the team, NHL should, you know what? Hey, guys, don't draft him. That's what I have difficult time. And I think they should have people take care about him. That's the most important thing. And take care about the woman. I think Montreal should turn around and say how we can help her. I don't know how. I don't have no clue. But I think there'll be, you pick up the kids, pick up the victim at the same time. And then show what Montreal can do to helping people to not create that part over there. But, you know, guys, I play hockey. I've been inside the locker room, and I met a lot Bucks Bunny, we call them, all right? But because the social media was not there, the biggest mistake, he put the picture online. That's why his problem he did. Eagle is not ESPN. It's because the first round is always been there. It's a 3 hours every night, every day. It's a 3 hour. It's not ESPN. It's the show. It's usually when you go there, the family, the kids walk from the family, go down, go to the stage. They did that presentation with the team, the jersey, the hat. He go to interview, come back to the table. Around then, he go to the private room to meet the family and the organization, everything like that. So all those stuff, it take about 5 minutes, 7 minutes. And that's why it takes long the first round. The second round, like it's happening right now, I apologize, I didn't follow up. Here we go. Winnipeg get Sheprikov. Guys, Winnipeg have a great draft so far. What pick are win? We are pick number 52. Buffalo Sabre, New York Islanders there. Carolina just pick Koivunen. Almost Koivu, but it's Koivunen. Oh, the New York Islanders select finally, Hatu Ratti, 52 overall pick. Jeez. It was like 19 on my on my board. You missed up completely. When the Panthers picking, they are coming and 56. So 1, 2, 3. The Islanders are back to back, guys. Will be really interesting what Ratu can do for the Islanders. I think they have to give a chance on that one over there. Good pick for that. So anyway, hopefully you understand me and not judge me. But I'll just give my expression on the public and I feel okay with that part. Pas beaucoup de Québécois qui sortent et seraient parfaits pour le Canadien dans sélectionné. They don't have like Nicolas between 34, 35 to go to 70s. They don't have a lot over there. And then you go to get the second wave of the Québécois coming after 65 to 90. You go to see another 2-3 more players over there. But right now, that's what we have. Let me check on the social media, on my stuff right here, what's going on. Let me check it out. I tried to look all the stuff what is going on around. Buffalo pick Kisakov. Now Minnesota is on the clock and we have 3 picks before the Panthers. Kisakov is a high-hand scorer, guys. He was for my pick about 36, 37. So great pick for Buffalo. One other Panther I got this. I get this one. What do your Carter Hart contract look like? You talk about salary or the Minnesota pick Jack Peart, Peart, Grand Rapids, Minnesota, Peart, like a heart but Peart. I don't know. That's what you're asking me, please. But is this what you're asking me about Carter? About his contract? Carter Hart is a RFA this season. So you have to sign a contract with the team for 2021-22. He was carrying a $700,000, so he can be $850, and I don't think so. They will give him more at that. He have a bad year. I think a 1 million to 1.5. It could be the next contract for him. Unfortunately, he did not have a lot. He did nothing to negotiate because he had a bad year last season, guys. So honestly, that's what I think is going to happen with him. He was on the ELC entry-level contract. Now it's a clock. It's Washington Capitals is on clock. Florida Panthers is the next one. So that's answer your question, buddy. Julius said, Carter Hart has an incurable disease, liberalis. It's funny. Panthers on the clock. Let's go. Washington pick Iorio, defenseman, 6'2", 191, shoot on the right, play on the, I don't know. What's so interesting about him? Yep, I got the answer. No problem. Thank you so much. I did it. Don't forget, guys, to click on the like. That'd be awesome. We're good to stay here. Why not? A great Saturday. Cloudy in South Florida. So why not to stay around here at least to do a second round pick and go from Montreal 66, 67, 67, 68 and go from there after that. He was play for Brandon Wheat Kings. That's what I thought. Here you. I would still everybody wait for that one over there. I don't know what they are waiting. I think you're missing. I think maybe it's possible a player have to give an answer. Oh, they go with French Canadian. The Florida Panthers select Evan Knowles. Playing QM. He was born in British Columbia. 32 game, 4 goal, 18 assists as a big 6'2", 186 defenseman. Evan Knowles, Nause, is the next pick for the Florida. I don't know, Julius. I didn't follow with him, to be honest with you, about politics. But if he did, I agree with you. Should not match up. Only the hardcore stay and watch every round. Absolutely right, Eagle. That's pretty good for a defenseman. Yes, not too bad. So Evan Knowles is the one. You truly love your team going you are every round and watch the draft unless you got work and stuff. Absolutely right about that, Eagle. I agree with you. Guys, don't forget to click on the like. That'd be awesome. Il joue pour Québec knows. Yeah. You talk about the rempart, Nicolas? And now he was on my top 50, so it's pretty good about that one there. I think overall it was pretty cool to do that. I just check all the news around. It's funny because Patrick Jav, he's still on the block. He played for a U.S. team. He was born in Florida, honestly, and they did not pick him up. Next on the block, the Toronto Maple Leafs. Canadian gents, welcome aboard. How you doing, buddy? We miss you. What's going on with you? Oh, he put the George Floyd on his mask. That's a good point, Julius. Yes, but the monkey is signed for $2.2 million. That's confirmed officially. Guys, don't forget to click on the like. That'd be awesome. Thanks to join us today. We'll be here a couple more minutes, and we'll see what happened about that. And again, thanks to join us today on a beautiful Sunday. I'm on vacation. Congratulations. Fishing, traveling, enjoying. Go to festival. What are you doing on the last day? You guys in Montreal, do you go to the fireworks international still? Is still existing this? You know, the best time when I was in Montreal, it was the time we have the jazz festival at the end of June, and then you get the fireworks festival, Wednesday night and Saturday night. The festival, laugh of festival, laugh, whatever they call it. The festival, today is Saturday, Coach. Yes, it is. We fishing. Here we go. Where you going? Go north? Toronto select Knies. Knies is a good player for USHL 3 City. Oh, they have a movie festival now? I'm not sure they have this. Sorry about that. So 1-1 between this first on the list about time. So Tony D'Angelo is bought, like you said, by the monkey is completely official. Can Montreal pick up Sasha Pastujov? That'd be awesome. He's still alive. Pittsburgh 58, following by Carolina and Arizona and Colorado, the next four. The Pittsburgh select Tristan Broz, B-R-O-Z, for Bloomington, Minnesota. Play with Fargo and the USPHL with 19 goals, 32 assists, and 54 games. So this is the first pick of Pittsburgh so far. It was time. Let's go back. Lac Saint-Pierre, Lassar, Lac Saint-Pierre. That's awesome, Canadian. You think Shane Down is the main reason Josh Lloyd was drafting? Was the part of the reason, I'll be honest with you, but he's not a bad player. It's just maybe not at the pick they got him. I think they will wait a little bit at 45, 55. But sometimes that's the way it works, right? The International Festival was Labor Day weekend. Okay. And hockey, what is there be expect out of 2 or 4 round is expectation, kind of like the NHL with middle round. Yeah, at the end of the day, like I always said to any players, right? It's not the rank you out. It's after that. You can be 6 or 58. Everybody start at the same time at the gates. They're all at the gates waiting to open up, and then they have to go. And that's where you have to go. It's not about where you pick. It's after that. And it's great. Congratulations, you get earlier. But at the end of the day, it's just your work ethic and the way you develop and get better. It's not easy. 18 years old still have a lot of players have to develop at 19, 20, 21, 22. Power skating, your shooting, your muscle mass, your nutrition, that become a professional, and to put your hours day after day watching the film and watching the videos and take care about yourself and not be distracted with the all around you with girls and go out with your friends, everything like that. It's not easy. And remember, 23 teams, 32 teams, 23 players, 32 teams, about what, 700 something players? Maybe 800? And you have 1,000 players apply to get that job. You have only 32 coach in NHL as a head coach. How many want to be there? It's not easy, guys. I'm waiting a long time for Reynard. When do you believe that trade would be? I don't know. I think somehow they have some negotiation. They have to wait for maybe one of the players have a close, and they have to wait. Can they trade Sam Bennett against Patrick Orvis? I don't know. Yeah, I'm still looking about that one over there, about the monkey. That's what I was trying to figure out if he's somewhere, but nothing else yet. Like I said, a big trade today so far is Carolina Columbus trade with Philadelphia. I tried to find something because they heard like Carolina's still on the block. Can we wait for the trade there? I don't know. Nothing else right now. We have to wait. LeBron talked the most about Reynard trade. Yeah. But again, nothing else about that one over there. TV timeout. Still at the winning right now. We are still stuck at 459. You have a trade. The Carolina just traded the 59 to Los Angeles Kings, guys. Confirmed right now online. 59 go to Los Angeles Kings. And return, Carolina got 72 and 109. Confirm right now. Pick up this one over there. All right. Carolina trade pick 59 and return. Los Angeles return 72 and 109. We're going to be here, guys, until the second round for the Montreal Canadiens. Then after that, we're going to go. Los Angeles on the clock. Los Angeles select from Finland Samuel Elenius from GIP Liga. Plays 74 games, 7 goals, 7 assists for Los Angeles King. Pick again is a big guy, 6'6" guy, 200 pounds. Is a Elenius. That's what happened right now. Nothing else at that moment. Like I said, we are about like 7, 8 pick. Montreal's coming right now and the next 4 pick. I'm going to take a 30-second break or 1 minute break, guys. I'm here since like 10 o'clock, so 11 o'clock. So let me take a short break. I'll be back. And don't forget, again, we're going to be live until the second round pick at the end of the round. So let's move on to the break. BRB. Here we go. Here we go. The Arizona pick, Janice Moser, right now Colorado, followed by Chicago and Montreal Canadiens, 63-64, back-to-back. The coach, when you think the draft will end? Tonight around 7 o'clock, I believe. Finally, Sean Behrens. Wow, 61 par Colorado. Chicago on the block, and then Montreal, back to back. Montreal Canadiens on the clock. Colton Dack, the brother of Kirby Dack. Wow. The brother back to back. If they keep actually team at one of the he played on the WHL last season, 20 game, 11 goal, 9 assists. Colton Dack. C'est-tu la sélection de Chicago, Nicolas? Oui. Les deux brothers, les deux frères, monsieur, excuse-moi. Les deux frères vont jouer ensemble. Ils sont dans la même organisation comme les Hughes. Montreal select Riley Kidney from Halifax. Riley Kidney select by the Montreal Canadiens, a QM from Academy Batters. Little bit small, like only 180. Bergevin right now is on the call. He's on the phone. So Johnny and everybody else, Riley Kidney for the Academy Batters become the second player drafted by the Montreal Canadiens at the rank of 63, second round pick. Is the national draft on now? Yes, sir, William. Montreal select Oliver Kapanen, another Kapanen in the league. Cinq. Scored 25 goals in 37 game, guys, in Junior Finland and Kalpa. Oliver Kapanen. Il should be the cap on Kapanen. No, it's the cousin. C'est le cousin, Nicolas. Oliver. So, guys, that's conclude the 1 o'clock. 2 hours of live stream. We get 2 times the Montreal game now only at 100 something at the third round pick. Guys, we're going to take a break. We're going to go back tonight. Le cousin, oui, c'est en plein ça. Nicolas. Il dit son frère. Je pense pas, j'ai dit le cousin. We're going to be live 9 o'clock tonight. I'm going to reset. I'm going to refresh. I'm going to set up everything. We'll be back at 9 o'clock p.m. We're going to resume all the picks for Montreal, Florida, and Detroit, and Kraken. We're going to resume everybody, what we think, who's winning, who's losing, have a great picks, the surprise, the disappointment, everything like that. We'll be back also tomorrow morning, 11 o'clock. But tonight, I will see you tonight at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. We're going to be back. Parfait, mon Nicolas, ça fait plaisir. Thank you again to watching another great live stream, the Hockey Nation Live Show. Don't forget, guys, to click on the likes. And I will see you tonight. Have an amazing, great, blessing day. And remember,
you are awesome.
Of course.
You are amazing.
Oh, yeah.
You are the best. And remember, you have greatness inside of you. You are
thank you again.
awesome.